So, hello everyone, good evening. So, today we are conducting the session on the topic of AI deepfake and voice cloning scams, and second session will be of client server side validation, and it's simple or the basic lab. So, share the screen. So, let's start. So, welcome everyone. So, today we are exposing a critical emerging threat, AI deepfake and voice cloning scam. The, the core concept analogy of this is think of a deep fakes and voice clones like a digital mask and voice changer. Just like a bank robber uses a physical mask to bypass security camera, modern threat actors use artificial intelligence to digitally wear the face and voice of people you trust to bypass your personal security. Here, we are no longer just dealing with malicious links or phishing emails. Attackers are now weaponizing uh, artific- artificial intelligence computer systems that can mimic human intelligence to impersonate our friends, families, and colleagues. So let's look at the top of the poster here, AI deepfakes and voice cloning scam. So look at the voice cloning scam here. Voice cloning scams, and don't trust whatever you hear. The threat actor can now generate live video calls appearing to be your CEO or a relative. So the goal is always to create a false sense of authority or urgency, usually ending with a demand to send money. Here, don't trust what you see, what you hear. We should always double check, verify if anyone is giving us urgency. So we shall always check from the alternate method. Here, however, the AI is not perfect yet. We must train our eyes to spot the red flags, unusual faces, weird edges around the head or hair, and unnatural blinking or static facial expressions. The, the rule of thumb is that to always verify financial requests through known or alternative contact methods. Here, like if we are an employee, a CEO, or we are some one friends, someone is the attacker is always impersonating like our uh, means if we are CEO, then someone attacker is impersonating like the employee of the company or the founder of the company. We should always look for the some mistakes, like the blur faces, their movements of their faces, hair shapes, face shapes, etc. We should look for the small mistakes. And here the audio manipulation. Audio manipulation is even easier to execute than video. It takes very little seconds of audio stripped from social media to clone a voice perfectly. These attacks rely on unexpected urgency request and heavy emotional manipulation. So look at the poster for the example, like grandma, it's an emergency help. Here, the someone is impersonating her relative's son or someone known. The voice sounds exactly like someone you know, creating panic so you act without thinking. To neutralize this, hang up or verify the sender with a distinct question that only the real person would know. Like some, we, the grandma and his relative or the son, daily talking about something. They know what the reality is. So the attacker couldn't fake the grandma. So here the scams with the elders are greater than the elders because elders they get trapped so fast that because they don't know how to use the digital, what is digital services, what is digital security. That's why they take advantages of the older age persons. So so now we will see the live demo. So is my screen visible here? So I have opened a one free AI deepfake video generator and a free AI voice cloner website which generates a free voice and the video. First, we will generate the AI voice. So let's create something. Hello, my name is Kunal Mungse, and today I am presenting the session on the AI deepfake. Hello, my name is Kunal Mungse, and today I am going to uh, teach on the topic of AI deepfake. So now let's see. Hello, my name is Kunal Mungse, and today I am going to uh, teach on the topic of AI deepfake. Okay, okay, English. What we want to say. So, so here I will type prompt. Grandma, it's an emergency. Help. I want some money. Okay, let's generate this. So first listen, this is my original voice. Hello, my name is Kunal Mungse. Now let's generate the audio. We'll wait some time. Let listen to this. Grandma, it's an emergency. Help, I want some money. So yeah. Grandma, it's an emergency. Help, I want some money. So you have heard my original voice and this is the generated voice. This is how the attackers uh, or the person who want to do want something from anyone, they impersonate someone and they misuse the grandma, it's an emergency. Help, I want some money. So this is the now let's go towards the AI deepfake video generator. Before that, let's download person image. So we will download some Indian man. Okay, we will download this one. Save image. Right. Let's check that image. So we have downloaded this image. Okay. We will choose our downloaded image. All files, purity, JPG, PNG. Okay. And this will work. Yeah, yeah, this work. So we have to describe. We have uploaded the image. Now we will enter the motion prompt that will describe the specific action or facial movement we want the AI to generate. We will give the prompt like face speaking directly to the camera with urgent expression to match this scam scenario. Okay. I think add okay. Wait wait a minute. Think we need to log in into meet email. We'll quickly set up this. Okay. Using the temp. Okay. Thanks. What went wrong? Okay, the bags. Four two three six one four. What? What credit? So basically, this is the process that we upload the image that we want and is make the person's face to make that person's expressions however we want by just giving the prompt. Right now I think something mess up. We don't have credit. It need premium. Okay, but this is the process that attackers use to create videos, just impersonating like their relatives or their known persons. Okay, now let's get back to the image. The, now we'll look into the how to protect ourselves. Here, we have seen how easy it is to fake reality. Here is our four-step security posture guide. Be skeptical. Treat unexpected urgent calls as suspicious. We should always look why it is urgent and why we are acting fast or quick. We should take pause, think, and verify index, contact the person through other means, where and spot the signs. Look for the subtle distortions in the video and the voice. Look for the errors, something that not normal, and never share the codes of anything. If anyone is asking for the codes, we should never share that. Keep everything private. This can lead to our bank account blank. So this was the cyber awareness campaign about the AI deepfake and voice cloning scam. So if anyone have doubt, they can ask. Else we can start other session. Okay. So now we will look or learn the web vulnerabilities and defenses for client server side validation. So wait a minute. Okay. So here the core foundation like client, what is server. So before anyone can attack or defend a system, they must understand how the internet operates. Like the client, the software or device. One minute. Let- The client, here we see the mobile, the software or the device the user directly interact with, such as web browser or a mobile application. And the server, here the server, a powerful remote computer that processes data, enforces rules, and stores information in a database. And the network we connect like LAN WAN, routers, switches. We connect to the devices which is connected to the internet, and the internet sends or receive the mass request, the connection linking the client and the server. So here we will understand it in a simple means restaurant analogy, like the client, we can say like the client is like the customer of the restaurant. They look at the menu and place an order. And the network, http network, is like the waiter. They carry the order from the table to the kitchen. And the server here is the kitchen, where they receive the order, cook the food, and give it to the waiter to bring back. So this is the simple architecture of client server model. We anything type in the browser that uh, sends the request from the that sends the request to the server, and again server acknowledges and sends us back the response. Server responds us back with the answer using the network. Now, why the validation flaws is there? Means validation is simply the act of means it is checking the rules. Validation means we have to check the rules, making sure the password has 8 characters or the email has an address symbol. So the means the client side validation means like the front door. This happens on the user's computer using HTML or the JavaScript. It gives instant feedback, like turning a box red if you are typing wrong password. Security level here is zero because the user owns their computer. A hacker can simply turn this code off. And the server child validation is like a bank vault. This happens in the kitchen. The server completely ignores what the client says, and independently verifies the rules again, where the security level is high. Means we have order out of the menu. The server, like the kitchen, they say this is not in our menu, we cannot make this server side validation. We should never trust the client side. We are never trust the client. Now let's get into the practical labs. So I have a HTML file. Confirm that you are seeing this the page what I am showing to you. Is it visible? So no, there will be no problem further. So we have opened the lab one, the by client side validation here. Here the developer restricts input using HTML rules. Example, let's inspect it. Okay, okay. Wait, we will open it in the notepad. So here, this is vulnerable, means we can manipulate the price. Simply here, there is not given validation, right? Yeah. Means here, deposit money is maximum $10. What if we deposit 15? Here, the server process deposit of $15. Why? Because the code itself here doesn't have uh, the value, means if else amount is greater than 10, then it should reject that. So here the lab is vulnerable. Okay. And what if we see the mitigated lab? Uh, So here we cannot deposit more than $10. Let's server block, because here we have implemented the mitigations. Let's see its code. So here, if else, we have added the if else. Before before that, the lab was vulnerable due to there was not what if, what will happen if greater than 10 or less than 10. But in the mitigation we have added if else, so that it, if the values goes about this $10, 10, it will go into the else. If it is less than 10, then it will go to the first line. Yeah, means okay, I said reverse. Okay, here means if value greater than 10, it will block, and less than, then it will deposit the money. Now let's see the price tampering. Second lab is my PDF is seeing. Anyone can see. My screen is visible. Okay. So, uh, is my that browser page is visible? Okay, please respond if the page is not visible. Yeah, your voice is breaking.
The screen is visible now.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, now we will see the price tampering. Okay, yeah, the page is now visible. Here we can wait 1 minute. The code. Is my another screen is visible notepad?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is like e-commerce site, something hide price in HTML. So hacker can intercept the HTTP request and lower the price drastically. Here the value have already kept to one. Why? Because here you can see document.get element real price. The value, the this function, this line is not checking the whether it is of 500 or whether it is of $1. So that's why the validation is not implemented here, due to which we can we can manipulate the price here. So this is basic lab. Actually, the real bug will be different from this. So I have developed basic lab, not an advanced. What if we mitigate this? Mitigated. So here we comment out this line. Okay. So here we have inputted the server side validation. Let actual price equal to database receive ID, database receive ID. It will check that item values. The mitigation is implemented by the developer. So our as a cyber security or the hacker, we don't go deeply into the programming or the any web languages, but it is necessary to have the language knowledge, even if it is basic or the intermediate. So it is necessary. So what if we try to change the value? It will say that here this below, wait a minute, yeah, okay, uh, this line will uh, this line will check the value from this, and it will check whether it is manipulated or not, means the value is changed or not, and then it will say that yes, this is change, and you not permitted or author to change the value, and you are charged as per the real value. So the developer has mitigated this. The vulnerable line is this. Okay. Now third lab, OTP information disclosure is me. Here the developer generate an OTP on the server but mistakenly sends the answer back to the client's browser in a hidden field to verify it locally. Like we can see the HTML file, lab 3. Yeah, okay. Here we have to verify the OTP, but what what the developer here mistake done, the OTP left here redacted openly. He, he forget to remove this. So by checking the source code, we can also uh, put the OTP in the product due to production. During the production, they haven't checked whether the code remains here or not. Hidden code, we can see the HTML file here. Wait, yes, input hidden. The the OTP remains open to the or the embedded into the client browser, where he can just simply click on inspect or the view page source. He can see the value of the OTP. So here the mitigation is here, never send the true OTP to the HTML. The user must send their blind just to the server, which checks it privately, or use the encryption methodology here. Now, lab 4. Here, a 4-digit OTP only has 10,000 possible combinations. Without server restrictions, a hacker can write an automated script to rapidly guess every number until they succeed. Means they do the brute force attack here, like here means the rate limit is not implemented. Also, that's why the attacker can generate, means he can take as many as time to crack the 4-digit codes, which requires some amount of time, but he is able to crack the code due to brute forcing and not implementation of rate limiting. Now we will see the mitigated. Here we aren't able to start the brute forcing attack. Here, here, if failed attempts is greater than equal to 5 logs, server account logs too many attempts. This is the mitigated code. And the vulnerable was if just means there was nothing, no logic was implemented here. If else means greater, how many attempts should be there or not. Let's move towards the lab 5, SQL injection authentication bypass. So this is given for the reference. So uh, in real we aren't given this hint. We have to perform by our own. So what will happen if we so if a server blindly glues user provided text directly into the database query, the user can write malicious code to trick the database. So copy. Most of the website is vulnerable to this SQL injection. Yes, SQL injection. Okay. So what exactly is executed behind the website? This query has been executed, and we get this pop-up. This is this is vulnerable, and attackers can perform in malicious actions. We should never glue the raw strings together. We should use the secure library that treat user input strictly as harmless text and never execute code. Here, this was the vulnerable because it takes the user input and process. And in mitigation means we have to uh, implement that the user query should not process. It should be converted into uh, the like percentage or the encoded format. Now let's see this. This is parameter tampering means here the role is hidden in like here. We have to just change the we are escalating ourselves and saying that I am admin. Like let's change it. Ed, okay, here itself. This button refers to change the value to admin. Here we just changing the value and here the account is admin. Here we have to look for the very small values, uh, role, ID. So we can test the means real site that whether it is vulnerable or not. The server must hard-coded all new public website web registrations as standard user, and admin privilege should only be granted internally via a secure backend dashboard. Here, the user is authenticated using the front end. There is no backend authentication. Directly, user has been escalated by just changing the parameters. Now the last lab is yeah, cookie manipulation, session hijacking. Here itself we have implement means changing the cookie values. We have unbalanced. Okay. Now the what? My cookie means it is the we can change the cookie here in inspection tab like here. Yeah. Application cookies. Right now I have directly implemented here in front end. Okay. If the value cookie value showing us that here will we will see in real website that cookie here like the cookie and the user underscore 101. So here we just we can change to 102. Now 101 balance is 50. Now what if we change to 2? So here if we change to 2, the account balance we can see is $1 lakh. Here like that the cookies by changing the value of cookies we can see the result if the site is vulnerable. Here the mitigations is that cookie must be mathematically signed using JSON Web Token (JWT) or securely encrypt so that client cannot tamper with them. This was the vulnerable code and you should encrypt or use the JSON Web Tokens. Now here the role of artificial intelligence. AI is fundamentally altering vulnerability assessment and penetration testing. So AI for hackers here, automated scanning. So AI bot scans millions of websites in minutes. AI have the capabilities looking for specifically for exposed HTML fields like uh, in lab 2 and 6. Ex- lab 2 and 6. Lab 2 price tampering values, parameter tampering, changing the roles, price tampering, looking for the value. The AI is- they can scan it within a second. And smart brute forcing instead of just AI directly brute take the data from breaches to just the most likely passwords and AI for defenders like behavioral analysis firewall. So instead of relying on a static rules like that doesn't change the rules, AI tracks user behavior. If a user click buy and the price magically drops from 500 to 1 in 0. In milliseconds, the AI banks the IP address instantly. AI can automate all these things. We don't have to go manually block the IP address of the attacker. And code review, we can give our code to AI and ask for what is wrong with this the code. But be careful that we should never ever put our website data to the AI. We should else you can locally install it on our PC, and then you can do this, because AI can expose our data to the internet. So to defend against all of these attacks, ensure we memorize the four pillars. Never trust the client, server-side revalidation, rate limiting, database lookup. So always assume HTML and JavaScript have been tampered, like that front end have been tampered. We should always take our data. We should always look our the values from the database in the server. Server side validation is must, and look for the suspicious actions. Block the suspicious actions using AI or any automation script. So yeah, this was all.